rest assured that pressure don't care.
Hi guys, and welcome to part 3 of our special fat loss mini-series. So part 1, we talked about lifestyle factors. If you have not watched part 1, if you skip just to this part, turn this video off right now and go watch part 1 first, and then watch part 2, and then come back to nutrition. Part 2 was on exercise, right? But I know a lot of people are gonna skip to the nutrition component of this, and we're gonna talk about some stuff, and it's very important. But please, we put these in order for a reason. Watch the other ones. Even if you think it's not important, it is, you're wrong, you need to watch it. There's no advertising there, so I'm not just doing that for fun. All right, so what we're gonna talk about is nutrition, how it relates to fat loss. And I'm always gonna tie things into general health, because I think if your only goal in life is fat loss, we gotta talk about some other stuff too, right? But that's what we're gonna do. So what's the biggest thing with nutrition when it comes to fat loss that you really need to be focused on? I really believe the biggest thing is you need to stay away from fads and stuff that doesn't really make a lot of sense. So every couple years there's a new diet or there's a new trend. Like, what are the kind of things we're dealing with right now? The gluten-free thing is finally starting to kind of die. The paleo thing is kind of coming down. You're seeing a lot of cleanses right at the moment. Stick away from all that fatty stuff. How do you know if it's a fad? There's guaranteed quick results. There will be people telling you that this is the way it's supposed to be, and someone's going to try to sell you a product, right? Any of those things happen, get rid of it. Stay away from it. So yeah, cleanses and all that. I've done a whole bunch of seminars. We did put out a seminar a little while ago. I think I talked a little about the different diets in there, but recognize that the gluten-free is a marketing gimmick. You don't need to be gluten-free probably unless you're actually diagnosed celiac. Gluten sensitivity doesn't exist. The scientists that put out the information a year later said, oh, whoops, we made a mistake. This doesn't really exist. The paleo thing, I don't really want to get into a lot of. Here's the thing with some of it. Most of the diets out there, what they're really going to do is they're gonna make you clean up the unhealthy things that you're eating, right? So you're gonna cut out deep fried food and fast food and packaged stuff, and you're gonna eat fresher fruits and vegetables, drink more water, right? So everyone benefits the diet, but if you look at all of the diets and trends out there for the last 20 years, they're all the same. They're all the same. Sure, this one says you can't eat carrots, and this one says you can't eat this. They each have their like one thing to make it like a mark. Like, have you ever shopped for shoes? Justine will be back there behind the camera laughing. Right? Have you ever shopped for shoes? All shoes are the same. They go on your foot, they tie up, and they protect you while you walk. They're the same. Some have different laces, some have different shapes. The soles might be thicker, color, style, but really they're all doing the same function. Diets are the same, right? So the reason that your feet don't get cut up on glass on the sidewalk is because you're wearing the shoe, right? Not because of the little intricacies in between them. So when we look at all of these fads and programs, and shakes and everything like that, what they're doing is they're cutting all the junk out of your diet and making you eat healthier. Don't credit that program or diet for those results. That's just you making changes in your life, right? So pay attention to that. Now what I'm going to do with your nutrition is give you the ultimate perfect diet. If you only eat the things I'm about to tell you, you will be healthy and fit long term. Ready for it? Beets and cabbage. No, I'm totally just joking. But that probably scared you. You're like, what? I have to eat beets and cabbage? No, that's crazy. You can't eat those things. Here's what you need to eat. This is the ultimate perfect diet. Meats, veggies, fruits, nuts, seeds, dairy, eggs, fish, honey, beans, legumes, rice, and whole grains. Got that? Meats. Preferably lots of fishes, right? And you don't have to be just lean cuts, white chicken breasts, like bone in, skin on chicken breasts. Eat it all, right? Fish is fantastic, seafood is fantastic, meats, veggies, any of them. Like, go to the good grocery store and just look around. I'll bet you've not even tried half of the vegetables in the vegetable section, right? Any and all vegetables. Fruit, any and all fruit. Shit's good for you. Go for it, eat it. Nuts, all of them. Stop this, well, almonds are better than cashews, and they're all good for you. Eat them all. Not the chocolate-covered ones, most of the time. Seeds, eat them all. Caraway seeds, sunflower seeds, safflower seeds, like all the seeds. Dairy, milk, cheese, butter, it's okay, right? Cottage cheese, yogurt, have it all. Don't get the low-fat kind. Do not eat low-fat dairy. They take out the fat and they fill it with sugar. Don't eat low-fat. Don't celebrate the fact that my yogurt only has 40 calories. You just wasted your time chewing. Get the calories, okay? Dairy, good. Eggs. I don't really know what category eggs fall into. Eat them, they're good for you. They won't raise your cholesterol. They're all good for you. Eat eggs. Oh, I added fish. I added fish in addition to meat. Fish, seafood, eat it. Good. Herbs. Like in the grocery store, in the vegetable section, are these lists like tomato and basil, cilantro, oregano, like the list goes on. Use that to flavor your food. When you talk about, I hate healthy food, it's because you're eating stupid stuff that doesn't taste good. Throw some like spices and herbs in there. You can make, go. We live in a world with access to crazy amounts of information. There are so many healthy recipes online. Like it's endless. Like just scroll through your Facebook feed and you will see 5 recipes today that you can try. Do not make the Oreo cookie based ones. Very often. Every once in a while, that's okay too. Right? Herbs, honey, you want a sweetener. Honey is fantastic. Eat it. Put honey in stuff. Beans and legumes, fantastic for you. Complex carbohydrates, fiber, vitamins, minerals, like they are, eat them. Eat beans and legumes. Rice, you don't even want to know the percentage of the world that is alive because of the brilliance of rice. Eat it. Whole grains, yeah, if you like bread, you can have a little bit of bread. Eat it. Don't eat a whole loaf of bread, but you can have some bread. There you go, guys. That's the perfect diet with examples of everything. If you only eat those foods, you'll be well on your way to fat loss success. What you want to stay away from is man-made crap. Deep fried stuff, baked goods, cookies, cakes, cupcakes, all that heated processed food. It's not really food, right? Can you have that? Of course you can. It all depends on what your goal is. Don't take this stuff out of your life forever. Everything we do and everything we want to talk about is I don't want you thinking for the next 6 weeks. I want you thinking for the next 60 years. So can you incorporate a piece of chocolate or a cupcake a couple times a week? Absolutely. If you have it every day, no, that's different, right? You got to also learn, and this is something that's very important, what is a treat? I hear people say this every day. I'm just going to treat myself. You don't know what the word treat means. Treat means something out of the ordinary, right? If it's daily, it's not out of the ordinary, right? So can you still have that type of food? Sure. If you're thinking over the next 60 years, a couple times a week, no problem. Go out for dinner, have a bun on your hamburger and order a dessert. But do that once a week, not all the time. Right? So there's the perfect diet. That's what you should do. That's how you should think about it. And that is literally everything you need to know about nutrition and fat loss. Easy rule. If you put food on your counter and leave it there for 2 days, will you still be able to eat it? Healthy food? The answer should be no. Almost everything that's really, really good for you should spoil and not be able to sit on that counter. Now you put Twinkies and Oreos on the counter, you can still eat that. See what I'm saying? Oh, solid. We're nailing this. There's your perfect diet. There's how to do it. You got to think long term and put that stuff in there. If you have an event or something coming up where you want to decrease body fat faster or make visual changes faster, yeah, you can only eat off that list. There's no exceptions to that. But from a lifestyle perspective, which is what we preach and what we really want people to think about, you can incorporate pretty much anything into your diet. But base everything off of that list that I gave you, and you are well on your way. I have yet, and I have challenged people this publicly, to show me one example of someone who is overfat, unhealthy, and out of shape, who eats too many carrots. Find me that person and bring them in. Eat healthy, great food. That is the best thing for your fat loss success in the long term. Don't worry about diets, don't worry about anything else. Try as often as you can to cook your own food, use herbs and spices, have fun with it, learn how to cook. It's really fantastic. You can make it a life event with your family. That is your key. If you want more specific information, this is not a sales pitch, but we will build you a diet with our nutrition coaching program, if that's what you want. Do you need it? No. But if you want it, okay, we'll do that for you, right? There are other people out there, but be very careful when it comes to nutrition. Most people do not know what they're talking about. As soon as someone tries to sell you a product or tells you that this specific food, you can never eat carbs again, charlatans, stay away from them. Everything can be incorporated, right? Be healthy, be safe, learn from the people that know what they're talking about, and think over 60 years, not 6 weeks. I really hope that information was extremely helpful for you. We will continue to put out information. Intermittent fasting is a nutrition protocol that we will be talking a lot more about. Stay tuned on the page. We put out all sorts of information on that topic. I hope this series of 3 videos has given you everything that you really need to think about in the long term to have a lot of success. Some of it might seem a little bit left field, a little bit out there. I don't want you to worry. I need you to think about that, because that is really what we need to change people's mindsets too. Fat loss shouldn't be something that we ever think about. We should only ever think about bettering our health, pushing ourselves forward, and taking care of ourselves so that we can live for another 10, 15, 20, 50, 60 years. And we can live independently, and we can be strong, and we can do the things in life that we enjoy. That is what this is all about. It's not, what can I look like in a bathing suit in 4 weeks? Can you do that sometimes? Sure, if you want to. But that can't be the general what you think about all the time. This is literally your life. Live it, take care of it. You get one body, treat it well, and it will treat you well, and it literally will make your life better. Hopefully you enjoyed the 3-part series. That is everything we have to tell you all about fat loss and nutrition and health and fitness and your lifestyle from Tailored Training, where our only goal is to make your fitness dreams come true.